Would you like to save money? Have you been ripped off by the discount waiver companies in Ontario? You are fools. You are suckers. We try to help your species save money and have happiness. You need to be aware of what's going on around you. So, join our collective. Watch the video after this message. Then you will know how to do your own parting. You will also learn a lot from the other videos on this channel. You must comply. Watch the videos on this channel. And remember, resistance is futile.
So you guys are wondering what is the fastest way to get a pardon in Canada? Well, the fastest way to get a pardon in Canada is to do it yourself. Simple as that. I mean, you can't go any faster than yourself. So if you delay yourself, if you delay the process, then you're delaying yourself. So the fastest way to get a pardon in Canada is do it yourself. Having said that, check out this next video or the following parts after this video, which we're going to show you how to do your own Canadian pardon, and you don't have to pay Batman's pardons and waivers a fee for them to bend you over the table. Stay tuned. Hey guys, it's Ken Scott, Senior U.S. Immigration Law Intelligence Analyst with Triple W, U.S. Entry Waiver Services.com, and we resolve all of your USA border issues and more. All right, so today is September 1st, 2022, and I wanted to put this video out because something that concerns me. A lot of you guys, or a number of you guys, is apparently are being ripped off by these discount waiver companies regards to waivers, but definitely pardons. Now you guys got to understand that the discount waiver companies pardons are probably um, their number one thing in regards to revenue. Reason why I say that is because the fact that most of you guys are not familiar with the Canadian pardon slash record suspension process. So some of you guys don't even qualify. Sometimes they know you don't qualify, but it's a lot easier for them to sucker you in, saying we'll do a pardon for you or record suspension, one of the same thing essentially. And then they come back and say, oops, sorry about that. You got denied. So what I'm and you guys have paid who knows how much. Could be if it's Batman's pardons and waivers, it could be $600 or could be even more. Guys, now remember, a Canadian pardon is only needed, and I'm going to sound like a parrot for this, because some of you guys don't get it. You do not need a Canadian pardon unless, I'll say it again, you do not need a Canadian pardon unless you need to get citizenship. Okay, fair enough. You want to do like sports coaching of youth teams or watch little kids, and you need to get a special clearance for that, or housing or employment. One gentleman needs a pardon because he's going. It's kind of a long story, but he needs it for citizenship. And well, I mean, it is what it is. I'm not going to put his story out here because it's a bit sensitive, and he and I discussed it today. But anyway, so he's doing his own pardon, and this basically what inspired me to make this video is this is what we gave him to do. So what we gave him, we're going to give you guys to do. And I told him the same thing. I said, because his money's very tight. I said, save your money, do it yourself. Simple as that. So, and you guys know we are always trying to find ways to save you guys money or protect you guys from being ripped off by Batman's pardons and waivers in Ontario. And especially these Ontario discount waiver companies are the ones you guys really got to watch out for because they will bend you over the table and then laugh. And I know because the fact that, like I've said before, we know people who work for these places, and the people who work for them. I mean, we share like Bob's back and forth, like friendly Bob's friendly jokes, and And I say, "Oh, who did you rip off today?" They say, "Oh, we got this one." And I say, "Oh, Ken, what are you charging now?" I said, "Such as I said." So, "Oh, I almost said the wrong thing on YouTube." I said, "Oh, F, man." I said, man, by the time I pay that bill, I said, I won't have any money left. Well, that's why. I said, that's why you're not Lord Ken Scott. And just joking back and forth. But they keep me abreast as to what's going on in the DWCs, and yeah, I get they need it because they got bills to pay, mortgages, yada yada. But they keep us laced up on what's current, which is how we know what videos to put out here, what not to say. Anyway, moving right along. Okay, so you guys who need a pardon, for one of those four reasons, four or five, whatever. So this is what you do, and the links will be in the description. Okay, let's see if I can. I think I'm supposed to do this. Oh, there we go. Okay, so again, this. Okay, there we go. This link right here will be in the description, and I'm going to put it on Word anyway. So you go to this section, applying for a record suspension. And now, again, like I said the other day, the fee is now $50, down from 600. I think it was the last one was 677 or something like that. So yeah, as of January, they dropped it. Okay, so it talks about pardons, simple possession of cannabis and other offenses, which that's F all. And this is what you guys really want. This right here, because you guys download. Well, let me just show you. Okay, so when you go there, this is going to show you all the areas that you need. Um, this is RCMP fingerprint check. I'm trying to think the best way to do this is maybe let's do it like this. So just imagine you open a new tab like I did. And wait a minute. And back up here. Same thing here. Yeah, okay, same thing. So I'm used to using Google Chrome, so this Explorer is just a bit tricky for me. Okay, so court information sheet, we'll try that. So your court information sheet, go down to here, you go to the court information form. Now, for each court where you have a conviction, you have to submit this to the court. Let's say if you got a conviction in the Brampton court, this is the form you fill out that you has to be sent to the Brampton court along with a copy of your RCMP fingerprints and your ID. So it's simple, like Smith, Joe. If you ever use another name, let's say in this case, no. Let's say he's male. His birthday is 82, oh, I don't know, 05, 09. Right? So, and then, that's his mailing address. Well, in this case, this will be your mailing address. This you pretty much ignore because obviously it says right there, do not write in this section. So, this section, obviously, you don't write in. This one, write your full legal name and date of birth as provided on the form. Full legal name, date of birth, year, month, and day. And again, the darkened spots you do not fill in. Okay, so again, so if you got convictions, let's say Brampton Court, I'll say Edmonton Court, which is a pain in the rear to deal with, and let's say Calgary Court, you would have to fill out one of these for each court where you have convictions. So I don't know where you guys have been convicted. If you have one court, great. If you have six courts, well, you're going to have to address it. Some courts overlap. So some courts handle other jurisdictions as well. So bear that in mind. That you won't know until you contact the court. But, each case is different. All right. So let's go back. I should just get rid of this. if you were in the military, which a large chunk of you guys were not, you would open this window, which why not do it? It talks about stuff about military, yada yada. Okay, so get rid of that one. So let's go back. Local police check. This is an important one. Okay, so again, you can click on it and you can download it. And it's simple. I think I said Joe Smith. Joe, and other things no, male, date of birth, driver's license number, your mailing address, your phone number. This is important, guys. Where have you lived on the last 5 years? So your flat, city, province, country, month, sorry, year to month to present. So let's just say this is well, today's September 1st, as you see right there. So you go back to September 1st, 2017, list your residences here. You must write in the name of the police service that you sign. So if you live in Edmonton, this would be Edmonton Police. If you live in Calgary, it'd be Calgary Police. And then obviously you would sign there because you're an applicant. And you again full legal name, date of birth. And this again, this part you guys don't fill in. Okay, so let's close that out. Document to support identification. You're usually pretty safe with a driver's license and passport. I mean, that's pretty much it. I think a good rule of thought is when you do your application, just give them a copy of both the passport, and the passport is the bio page, and the driver license. Then you can't go wrong. This one we're going this one we'll just skip over because it will not apply to most of you guys. This is related to sex crimes. So if you got sex crimes, that'll be addressed differently. This is the actual application. And simple. Last name, you guys should know your last name. You guys should know your first name. You should know, whether you're one of these genders. You should know your date of birth. You should know where you were born. You should know if you have a driver license. You should know who you work for, employer name, or if you're self-employed, name of your company, or if you have a numbered company, your mailing address. You should know where you live. Now, this one, they want to know where you live for the past 10 years. So it's pretty simple. Flat, city, province, country, postal code, and date. Same thing, full legal name, date of birth, contact info, yada. It's all pretty simple, guys. And you can always pause this video and just go back to it and just look at this in detail. If you have any other convictions that don't appear on your RCMP report, you're supposed to list them here. Then obviously you sign it there, yada yada. Okay. Uh, which one was that? No, that this one. No, I may have closed the wrong one. Yeah, I closed the wrong one. Go back again. Okay, perfect. Now, this one, measurable benefit. You guys fill this one in. The forms have changed from before, so okay. Oh, there we go. All right, so obviously, last name, first name, date of birth, your signature clearly indicate how a record suspension would provide you with a measurable benefit and how it would sustain your rehabilitation into society as a law-abiding citizen. So the simple version is, how would a record suspension help you, and how would it help you um, help sustain your rehabilitation into, let's say, if you live in, uh, I don't know, Brampton, as a law-abiding citizen? Perhaps it helps you obtain, I don't know, employment or housing or whatever the limited reasons I had said. And because, okay, here we go. What if it helped you to obtain employment due to your lack of employment and, let's say, lack of education, and you having that employment would allow you to pay for yourself, obviously, and your family, and help you become a tax-paying citizen, help you to contribute to the good of the society by buying good, local goods and services, or maybe even opening a business. Let's just say it allows you to do that, or something that's going to help show that it's going to help sustain your rehabilitation into society as a law-abiding citizen. Now, see, for this, you guys will have to see what's applicable to to each individual. Describe all the positive changes you have already made to improve your situation since your conviction. You can include supporting documentation. I don't know, maybe if you saw the doctor and you, the shrink, and he certified you're fit to work. Um, Maybe you got surgery or whatever, special surgery allows you to work. But whatever positive changes you have made to improve your situation. Let's just say you went to university, you got your degree in uh, uh, what the university would not be plumbing, degree in finance, or you went to I don't know what you have to do to become an accountant, but you finish your accounting course. That's a positive change to help facilitate your arrival back into society. You guys get the picture though. Information on the offense. So this is the one where, okay, they want the describe the circumstances and how why each offense was committed. Who, what, when, where, and how. That's a basic law enforcement police report. You guys, this is only be applicable to your given situation. This one, most of you guys don't have to worry about. This is for sex crimes. So, all right, I got a little ahead here. Um, so okay, we did that, and you got to pay the fee, the processing fee. But what I wanted to find, like I found for the gentleman earlier, to give him. Bear with me, guys. Like I always say in these videos, I never know what's going to happen. I gotta find. Okay, I'm gonna come back to this page for sure. Where is it? I think I want this one. Here we go, guys. Yeah, this is the one I wanted. Um, so let's start with the Parole Board of Canada Record Suspension Application Guide, step by step instructions. Although they both say the same thing, but okay. So we go. I'm gonna do it this way. We got way too many windows here open. Okay, so just oh man. Um, Here we go. Record suspension application guide. You guys really should download this because this right here will save you guys the most money, or I should say, would be instrumental in you guys not having to hire Batman's pardons and waivers to bend you over the table. So, page one. So it goes step by step. And you guys can, I have links in the description here. In fact, I'm gonna put these in the description of the video so you guys can have. Okay. Okay, so we got you guys can read this at your earliest convenience because it's too much really to go into detail here, but it's all self-explanatory. If you guys can read and write, you can understand what you're reading. The bigger thing here is eligibility for the offense. This is where the discount waiver companies, this is how they bend you guys over the table. Because I'm gonna tell you a secret they don't want you to know. They're gonna be pissed at me for it. But ask me if I give a flying flamingo. This right here. So if you did committed your offense May of 2010, and if it's summary, your waiting period is 3 years. If it's indictable, it's 5 years. Now, guys, here's where they bend you guys over. Let's use this one for example. Let's just say we'll go back. Your offense was May of 2000, right? And you had 1 year probation. Okay, that's fine. But you had a $200 fine. So you did your probation, you're fine. You didn't pay the fine. So even though your offense was May of 2000, you would not be eligible because you have not paid the fine. This clock starts after, and I'll be a parrot here, after completion of all punishment. That punishment means like your fines, your probation. It doesn't really mean stuff like firearm prohibitions, that kind of stuff, or even driving prohibitions, but definitely fines. So if you paid this fine, let's just say September 2021, your waiting period starts, let's say September 1st, 2021. Your waiting period starts September 21, 22. That's 1 year, 2024. And I know someone's going to clown on me because of my math, but your waiting period will start 3 years after you paid that fine. Even though you're convicted in 2000, but you paid your fine September 2021. So the day you made that fine payment is when your clock will start. So you guys won't know this, and discount waiver companies, they likely won't tell you this. And here's one trick they do. When they do that court information check I told you guys about, let me see if I can bring it up here. This one. This is how they're going to bend you guys over the table. When they do this court information check, okay, come on open. I really need this one to come open because this one's really important. I won't open. Man, it's just too bad it won't open. Unless I try it. I hate this Microsoft stuff. Let's try it this. I did this already. Let's see if this makes a difference. Okay, so when a discount waiver companies, when they do this court information form, let's just say it's Edmonton Police, now Edmonton Court, and okay, that's fine, yada yada. Guys, right here, this section right here, they talk about the offense, sentence, yada yada. That's fine. Method of trial, whatever, whatever. Have all fines, surcharges, restitution, yada yada been paid? If they check, if Edmonton Court says no, you still owe, I don't know, $180 for a fine. You have not paid it. The minute they check no here, you are not eligible for a pardon. Like outstanding amount, $180. You are not eligible for a pardon until you pay that 180. Discount waiver companies, they won't tell you this. You'll look at this, you won't even know what this means. But I'm here to tell you guys now, this is one of the tricks they pull on you guys. If the court says you owe this, you are not eligible for a pardon and you will get denied 100%. You're going to get denied and you're going to be livid. And the thing is, when they get this back, they know if you're not eligible or not, but they're not going to tell you that. Or if they tell you, they're not giving you any money back, even a partial refund. Or they say no, don't worry, we'll just we'll process it. They know full well you're going to get denied, but they already got your money, so they're laughing at you. They look at you guys as suckers. And same thing, if you could have two, three, four, who knows how many offenses. And if it says you didn't pay the fine here, you didn't pay the fine here, even if the fine is $1, you are not eligible. Automatically you're denied. Simple as that. They're not going to tell you this though. So you guys, if you hire Batman's pardons and waivers, you need to look at this form closely and say, well, what about the fine I owe? If they give you some BS saying, "Oh, don't worry about it, you'll get it," what did I just say it was? BS. Bravo, Sam. You will get denied. You will be livid. But they'll take your money. They'll be laughing, saying, "We got another sucker here." Okay, let's close that out. Okay, let's go back to. Oh yeah, back to this one. So you guys got to be careful of this. You got to make sure you pass the waiting period so you can get approved. And the dates are broken down up here, so I mean, it's self-explanatory. If your first offense was committed between yada 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 date, pardon, whether it's indictable or summary, that's the waiting period. And it's usually it will say on that court information sheet we just had up if you were summary or indictable. The simplest way to explain summary or indictable, you say, well, Ken, what's summary or indictable? Most people here have heard of, in terms of American law, they've heard of felony and they've heard of misdemeanor. Essentially, this is kind of the version of misdemeanor. This is kind of the version of felony. So when I say felony, people say, "Oh, okay," because felony, in USA or at least Washington State, it's 1 year plus 1 day. It's a felony. Washington State under the RCW, it's 1 year up to 1 year, not exceeding 1 year. So that's misdemeanor. But you guys know, I was a federal officer and law enforcement officer, former in Washington State. So we used to enforce the laws of CBP. So the agencies I was with, which is why we also have the bit of bragging or boasting a bit is a 99% approval rate on all of our border crossing cases. I just had to throw that out there. And so yeah, so basically here's the steps. I mean, it's so simple. Criminal record, get your court information form done. Page 6, get your military conduct sheet. It won't apply to most of you guys. Local police check, page 8. Photocopy your documents, page 9. Fill in a schedule exception form. Most of you guys won't be applicable. Fill in a yada. Fill in that. So it tells you that. And this is just a breakdown of everything that I just discussed. So you guys can read this at your own convenience. Before you submit your application, it's like it's a checklist here. The pardon, or I always call it pardon, but the official title is record suspension application. So, and guys, please pardon me because the thing is, like I've said before, I initially learned the Queen's English, so some of the words I say, uh, they may not be as um, understandable in that sense because a lot of the commoners won't understand what I'm saying. So local police check form, that's fine. Reconciliation, yeah. So these are basically the documents that we mentioned earlier. Credit card payment, simple. Most of you guys know what a credit card is. So your name, the name as it appears on your credit card. You guys cannot see me finger. Let's do it like this. The name appears on your credit card, your billing address, signature, whether you have Visa, MasterCard, Amex. And for you guys, Amex means American Express. And if you guys want to make any notes in your files, in your file, then you can just obviously jot them down here. So, guys, everything is here in this guide. If you need assistance, there's the number to call. Just, ring them up if you have any questions. So, and I think most of you guys, or a large number of you, can pretty much do your own pardon. You don't need to pay Batman's pardons and waivers to do it, because I mean, it's a lot of it's just basic common sense. Okay, so I got that done. So I'll make sure. Okay, so I'll make sure I got that link saved here. Yeah, that's okay. That's got that link. This one's applying for record suspension. Okay, yeah, so the links work. Yeah, so record suspension application guide. You guys got this is what let's see. You know what? Just for the heck of it, I'm gonna do it again. And okay, that's the same. Okay, so we're good. That can come out. Okay, so let's go back. Oh, this one. All right, so that's the actual guide. I don't know, pretty much self-explanatory, common sense. So there's that one. I wanted to show you guys this page because you remember the page they talked about measurable benefit and the regulations. This this is one of the yeah, this is a regulation they use. Okay, so they're on a second edition of the manual. Okay, so you got what the hell is this for waivers? And I'm curious on this one. Oh, waiver hearing. Okay, ignore that. Maybe a good if you guys like reading or whatever. This might be a good thing, good for you to like check out. Let's go to this. Okay, guys. So this 221 pages, and we got. You know what? Let's do this. All right, guys. So decision making policy manual. You guys should really get this. And discount waiver companies, I'm throwing you a bone here because half you guys cannot read anyway. So this is one of the regulations. But although maybe I'm not tossing a bone, this is not done in crayon for you. Um, and obviously that's the French side. That's the English side to the left there. So yeah, so a bunch of good stuff in here. It's a bit dry if you guys want to read it, but see if I can find something somewhat interesting. Here we go. Section 13. Pardon slash record suspension, right prohibitions, hearings. Now, what they will do also, let me come back to that. Okay. I want you guys to see this one. Let's go back to let's go back to the local police check form again. I'm trying not to make this too boring because this stuff is very dry. And at times we make silly videos, but we try to get the message through. This one's a bit more serious, so just wanted to kind of stay focused on that. So, guys, right here, let's just say you get to go see the Edmonton police. They're going to write incidents that you've been involved in your neighborhood, even if you were not convicted. Let's say you turned to your neighbor, called him so and so, so and so, because you didn't like him or whatever for various reasons. Or let's just say you picked up a rake and told the neighbor, "So you see this? I wonder how this would feel if it was wrapped around someone's head." Like not really threatening him, but just making a statement. He called Edmonton police and says he felt threatened. They come out there and you say, "I didn't threaten him. I just I wonder how people would feel if this was wrapped around them." Right? I didn't ever say it was for him directly. Then I told him afterwards, "Oh, ma'am, I was just joking." Whatever could be. Or you trying to think of a good example. You cut the neighbor's part of his bush or his hedges and kind of ruined his stuff, and he calls Edmonton police. Or a good one is if you're walking down the street and you're wearing a T-shirt that says 8-1 on it. And some of you guys may not know what 8-1 means, but if you're wearing support gear, and that's all I would say, has number 8-1 on it, and Edmonton police said, "Hey, why are you wearing your shirt?" That's a different story. So that would get documented here. Well, you're not convicted or charged, but the police had to come out there and contact you. So it's going to be documented here. Actually, sorry, that's convictions. I'm sorry, I was in the wrong section. But what I was talking about earlier with the 8-1 shirt and the rake, that actually would be in this section. So my mistake. That would be documented in here in a file number, year, month, day it occurred, yada yada. So what happens is with your pardon, they also look at this, even though you were not convicted or even charged, because it says you have to be a good moral character, quote unquote, which I think is BS, but whatever. So the parole board could very well write back to you and ask you about this, ask you about the rake, ask you why are you wearing a shirt that says 8-1 on it. And depending upon what you say, if they think it's not valid, you will get denied. So, guys, it's not just a matter of convictions, it's a lot of other small things the Canadian government looks at. And this is what the discount waiver companies won't tell you. And if you get denied, they say, "Oh, sorry about that." So, guys, be aware. And we're going to do our best to make this video go viral. Please like and share this video because it's going to save you guys a lot of money, a lot of hassle if you need a pardon for the 4 reasons that I mentioned only, which, again, let's review. Uh, Coaching like little league sports team or small kids, get citizenship, get housing, or get employment. Beyond that, you really don't need a pardon for anything else. Don't believe this BS where they say, "Oh, you get a pardon, the U.S. border will not see it." Guys, that is not fully correct. That is not fully correct because they do have a thing where they will notify CBP that a pardon has been issued to you, and CBP will make a note in the file, but they won't tell CBP what the offense was. So CBP knows you have a pardon issue. Then they have other methods to get the info from you. But even beyond that, they still have other ways they can get the info. So don't believe that BS. They can't see it. Yeah, you might luck out a few of you, but generally speaking, sooner or later you're going to get caught because they have various databases and various systems. So don't believe the BS the discount waiver companies are pushing on you, saying that just because you've gotten away for the past 1, 2, even 8 years doesn't mean it's going to be lifetime because we get people all the time who foolishly thought that. And they said, "Oh, I thought it was sealed." I said, "Well," and I thought I would win Lotto 649. Although I did win $20 yesterday from the lottery, from Lotto Max. So that's another way discount waiver companies you got to watch. Um, so when you get your, I don't know if you guys will get your actual from the companies. I got to ask my one of my associates if you guys will actually see this before they send it off. Um, you guys don't see it before they send it off. I mean, you got to sign it, but once it comes back, you may or may not see that. Or if you even saw this, you won't even know what you're looking at. but you really need to pay attention to what 50 is written in here on you. So this and the other method are two things that can help you get your pardon denied. And there's other stuff too as well, but I just gave you guys some small examples. But anyway, you guys have questions. You always know how to reach out to us. All right, so let's see what else we got here. Okay, let's close. You know what? This is making me insane. So let's close this. I'll keep that open for a second. Let's go here. Oh, it's almost 7. Okay, study section 13. I want to show you guys the beginning of. I'm going to do it the easy way. This is why I don't like a lot of online stuff in that sense. This is why we have dozens of paper manuals. So I have to do this nonsense of scrolling down, whatever. Just flip to a page and done. But that's just us. $161. Okay. I just saw something say good conduct. Oops. Where was good conduct? Here you go, guys. Decision making criteria. Pardon, request, suspension application member, board members will assess whether the applicant has been of good conduct, and it breaks it down. This is what I was telling you guys about for the local police check. If they feel you have not been of good conduct and you cannot explain it, you will get denied. When assessing criteria to determine whether the calendar shows 3 and good conduct is considered behavior that is consistent with and demonstrates a law-abiding lifestyle. So, implying a threat to your neighbor about how a rape would fail across his head may not constitute good conduct as far as they're concerned. And this is what I told you guys earlier. In assessing conduct, the board is not subject to the same standards as a criminal court, which means this is not beyond a reasonable doubt. This was kind of at the 50% mark. It's kind of hard to explain to you guys. Beyond a bar, well, although that's U.S. terminology, but barred, which is what they call it, is 90%. More likely than not is at the 50%, 51%. So this is not beyond a reasonable doubt. Yeah, there we go. Presumption of innocence and relating rights are not applicable in the context of a pardon. So they don't presume you're innocent. So if there's an allegation against you, even though you weren't convicted, the burden's on you to prove that you did not do this or it should not be held against you. The burden's on you, not them. That meaning the pardon board. Types of information documentation may include information from police about a non. See, I told you guys. Told you all this here. Even stuff you had that was withdrawn, stayed, or dismissed, they can look at. Peace bonds they can look at, frown upon. All this stuff. I'm not gonna read it all to you guys. You guys can read the rest of this. But you guys get the picture of what I'm trying to say. And again, let me make sure this is right. Yeah. Okay. So, all right, guys. So we'll pull that out. Um, let's go back here. Okay, that's that. Just want to look at one last thing, guys. Did I ever say how much I hate Microsoft? Yeah, I don't think you guys should start at this page because you're not going to really know. It's not as simple as the ones I showed you. You guys are going to get lost. Yeah, so let's skip this one. Here's the manual. You know what? Yeah, so I didn't have that one. Applying for filling the requisite application form. All right, so let's tie this down for now. All right, guys. So again, you guys got everything you need to do a pardon. It'll take you a bit of homework, but I mean, you guys got time in the evening. This is really not as much work as it looks like, but you've got all the resources. You got the manual. This video will be instrumental. And again, guys, I'll say it again, and hopefully I don't sound like a parrot. Please like, share, subscribe, especially share this video because you guys out there back east, you guys are getting bent over the table way too much for these discount waiver companies for these pods and even these waivers, but you're bent over the table for these pardons or record suspensions. So now you guys are empowered for the most part to do your own. And you got all the materials right here listed. So, I mean, I don't know what to say without sounding like Paulie. So again, Ken Scott, I remember figure out how to do this. Ken Scott, Senior, U.S. Immigration Law Intelligence Analyst with www.usentryWaiverServices.com. And it's 888-908-3841 or 604-562-8140. And I think that's it. And what do I always say? In the words of my Vulcan colleague, live long and prosper. Why you should be denied entry to that country. So, if you're denied entry to the United States for criminality, maybe, had a bar fight, or maybe you were accused of, I don't know, it's okay. You didn't do it. This is what you want to do. You may need a U.S. entry waiver. You may, or you may not. If you do, you want to use sendittoken.com. Sendittoken.com. And once you use sendittoken.com, we can get you cleared to enter the United States. Does not matter what your conviction is, whether it's for or
nothing is impossible.
Why? Because we're there. You need us.
Sendittoken.com. I gotta tell you, folks, wait till Hulk Hogan comes out here. The roof is gonna come off the Bell Center here in Montreal. As the anticipation builds, you can feel it. The legendary Hulk Hogan is a heartbeat away